Hello, and welcome to the Drive Home Podcast, the podcast where I'm the only one who needs to buckle up. Hopefully. I mean, if you are in a vehicle, do buckle up. I will keep saying that forever, because this is a very serious thing, being safe. I never got in an accident that would require a seatbelt to save my life, though I've never been in a life-threatening accident either. I am always very careful when I drive. Well, I always try to be. And I haven't been driving for very long. Anyway, I got out at 8 o'clock tonight. I'm going to hang out with my friends. I think I want to hang out with them tonight and also tomorrow. Just like the whole day tomorrow, because we all got the day off, including my brother. So we're all just gonna hang out, because they're going away for a week right after. They're going to some Boston Expo thingy, and the voice actor for Gohan is gonna be there, or is supposed to be there, and that's really exciting. And I'm not going, and neither is my brother. The other two are going, who are my friends, and so there are some other people that they wouldn't know that I would know that I find interesting. So I'm going to talk about that. But just to reiterate, I got out at 8 tonight. I had a fine day at work. It was another 8.5 hour long day where I was basically alone for like 90% of it. But the other day I was alone for the entirety of it. Day I was only alone for most of it. I think somewhere around 2 I was left to my own devices, more or less. But and also this, see, I like that I have friends that do stuff, because it means I can talk about it. It becomes content. I don't know why, but when I did content, I rubbed my fingers together like I was like you do when you're thinking of money. I don't know. I'm not earning any money from it. I just think it's funny, because a lot of the time I don't do stuff on my own. So them doing, what I do, I don't count, and I don't want to continuously talk about the same thing. So I try and keep it different. Like, when I run out of ideas, or when I don't have anything in particular, I'll talk about a game that I like, that I've been playing recently, or a game in the past that I like, or something. There's always something in my mind that I can talk about. But if I can talk about, something that's going on, I'll do that, because it's fun and interesting. But, so, to that end, it's starting to rain. That's interesting. Anyway. So so some people that are going that I'm interested in. So the actors for both Daredevil and what's his name? I haven't seen it in such a long time, so I don't know if Disney Plus. But I guess Kingpin, the guy who plays Kingpin in the live action show. It was originally made by Netflix, but it's a Marvel. This is Daredevil, the Daredevil TV show that was on Netflix, that is now on Disney Plus or whatever, and I think they're doing a reboot or something of it. The important thing is the person who plays Matt Murdock and the person who plays Kingpin is going to be there. I was looking at the list because one of the friends brought it up to me today, and I was like, I wonder who else is there. And also Tom Cavanaugh, who I learned about. So there's 2 things really that I remember him from. So he was Ranger Smith in the live action Yogi movie that came out so many years ago, and he's also fairly famous otherwise. But so I learned about him through that, and then he played Wells, or it depends, but like he played Harry Wells in the show The Flash, and every iteration of him, and sometimes he played Eobard Thawne possessing him. I don't know. I get that it's to save on cost, because that means you only have to pay for like one actor, but still, it's weird. Anyway, like I mainly know him from The Flash, the CW TV show The Flash, which ended poorly. Well, I guess it's sort of, I think, was it Game of Thrones or something? That, like, it had a chance to end good, and then they just kind of kept pushing it, and, like, the later season, like, the last couple were, like, really bad. I don't know. I haven't seen that. Whatever the show was, I didn't see it. And those are the people I can remember saying that they were going to be there, that I care about or know of. Like, there might have been people that I knew of and I just forget, but... And I don't think I had everyone on the list either, because I should really look up the name of Gohan's voice actor, because they didn't specify, like, everything that the person had done on the list I was looking at. So it was just like highlights, and so it didn't say, and it was celebrity guests. It was the list I was looking at. I think it's a Boston Expo or something, 2024, because that's what the year is. But to make a long story short, I knew a couple of names on that list, and if I wasn't so poor, I'd want to go, but they also are dating each other, so I wouldn't want to go with them, you know, give them their own space and stuff, and I don't want to go on my own either, to a certain extent, just because, who wants to do something by themselves like that? Like, you can, but I'm a very introverted person. And while I'd be okay with the idea of going, I don't know how I would feel actually being there. Oh wow, it's really starting to come down. I mean, it's not like pouring, but I have to turn my windshield wipers up a decent amount. So they're doing that this weekend. This weekend is also Father's Day. So... I wish I could celebrate it with my dad, but my schedule was already set, and I couldn't get it off. So I've requested 2 weeks, because I see my dad every 2 weeks, or I'm supposed to. But we're gonna go fishing, I hope, in 2 weeks after Father's Day. That's the plan. He really likes fishing. I'm no good at it because I have terrible luck. And now it's pouring. You might be able to hear it, honestly. You probably should be able to with how much it is pouring. At least it's not dark out. It would be terrible if it was pouring and dark out. So, I'm excited to go. Well, for them, I'm excited for them. But we're all gonna hang out tomorrow because luckily we all got the day off. My brother's schedule is set, but so he has the day off. But I guess we all got lucky with our schedules because they're taking a vacation to go. They didn't request tomorrow off specifically, and so I think they're leaving Thursday, which is 2 days from now. So I'm excited for them. That sounds awesome, especially with the people going, honestly. But I just hope they don't get mugged or anything, because it's Boston. And it's a city, and you can get mugged without being in a city, but The chances of you getting mugged in a city are much higher for a couple of reasons. Mainly, higher population. That's the main reason, I'd say. Like, more people, there's a higher chance for some of the people. Well, it's not a higher chance, but there's an increased chance that you'll run into someone who will mug you. Because the saturation of people is higher. It's a higher concentration. And then I think that, like, most people who live out, like, I guess I want to say in the country, which is where I live, because most of, like, there's always, like, a forest or a big wooded area in between everything. Like, it takes me an hour to get to Portland, or an hour and a half, or 2 hours, or something. Portland's close, but it's far away. Like, it's not close, but it's within reach. It's a day trip type of thing, going to Portland. So, and as I mentioned before, there's farmland and stuff. So, and people raise cattle. Well, not just cattle, but others, like, people raise crops and animals and stuff. And there's local businesses out the wazoo. So they, like, literally it's just, like, small communities spread out. I like it. I feel like I'd be scared of living in a city or anything, because I'm not good with people. At least, like not super good. Like, I can't initiate a conversation to save my life. Like, if I needed to ask for directions or something, I could not. I'm trying to work on it, and that's kind of why I chose the job that I did, because it's in a grocery store, so people come up to you and ask you stuff, and like, it just hopefully will work out in a way where I get used to talking to enough people I don't know, random people, where it'll just come to me, I guess, right? Like, I'll be able to break through. On another note, so in the previous episode, I was talking about fantasy life, because I was really excited. Well, I think it was either the episode before this or the episode 2 episodes ago. But to make a long story short, just in case anyone was curious who knows about fantasy life, I was playing earlier today, and I'll probably continue playing when I get home after I shower and stuff, but I have maxed out, so I am creator rank, which is the highest rank if you own the DLC. If you don't own the DLC, the highest rank is legend, I believe. I am creator rank in nearly everything. I need smithing, carpentry, and tailoring, which is a little annoying, because I also needed recently, because I did 2 in one night, which was last night. I needed mining and I needed alchemy. I finished alchemy, because alchemy was I had to get to legend rank first, because I needed to get to I needed to max out my alchemy skill, which is super important, because skill proficiency makes it easier to make the stuff, I'm fairly sure, because stat points won't make up the whole thing. Neither will your tool. You need a good tool, you need good stat points in it, but you also need a high proficiency level. The only way to raise your proficiency is to make the stuff, or do the action. There's actually proficiency for dashing in the game, which is funny. So, that just makes it so it consumes less of your stamina, magic, whatever. So that was kind of interesting to me. And most skill levels cap at 15, but I think all class-based skills get upgraded to. I think you can increase them up to 20, though I don't know. I don't actually know. I say class-based skills, so that would be using a sword, using a shield, using claymores, your magics, all of your magical elements, and then all the other creation and gathering stuff. So like chopping wood, fishing, mining ores, cooking, and which also involves different kinds of stuff you cook, like the different variations. Alchemy and the different things you make using alchemy, and the different things you can sew with the tailoring class. You know, there's a lot. And so, I guess to get back on track a little, when I was playing the game through base, I forgot how to reset my skill points or stat points. So I ended up trying. I had one thing left to do as a demi creator miner, and that was as a miner to mine a specific ore or something as the miner, and like cash in the bounty for the bag. So the way the game works is certain high tier enemies, gathering spots, and stuff of the like will drop bounty cases, essentially. And so you can collect them and you can turn them in at specific vendors, more or less. They don't sell anything, but they're bounty collectors. You check in with them and they will take it. But those things can be damaged by you and by enemies. And you can only have 3 on with you at any one time. And 3 in the entire game too, I think. So like if you get more than 3, like the first one you got will disappear. So sorry for the interruption. I got cut off and I didn't realize it. I'll quickly summarize. So, long story short, there are when you collect or kill certain gather points or enemies that are considered boss tier, they will drop a bounty thing. You can collect up to 3 of them, but if you go into combat or try and run or mount a horse or something, because you can get mounts, then they just make traveling a whole lot faster. So you can use that, and you can bring them to certain NPCs and you can trade them in for cash, and you'll get 1 item from a specific pool for the thing that you either gathered or killed the enemy of. And if you do that, it will usually be a I think it'll have a higher chance to be like a rarer drop or something. And so, to make a long story short, I had this before, and I got home and I was checking, and it the video cut off at the bad time. I must have hit the record button, which sucks. But so to summarize, I had a strength and vitality build because strength helped with mining, which I nearly instantly maxed out once I put 100 into strength. And then vitality helps both smithing and carpentry, which works for me. So I was So working with the blacksmith and the carpentry, you might need more materials, which works well with strength because strength is also good for. So it's good for mining. It's also good for lumberjacking, which is gathering wood, which would help with the woodworking, the carpentry, because that is mainly wood. So I have 3 classes left. That would be smithing, tailoring, and carpentry. Smithing is going to be the last one I'm working on because it's probably the one I find least fun. But I will get to it at some point. And so if you own the DLC, you can get these things called lunaries coins. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And long story short, you use them to get special things. You can, if you get enough coins, and they're fairly really difficult to get, at least from where I'm at, because I'm only level like 95 or so I'm not all that high of a level in terms of like end game content. So apparently, I don't know how you get all these stat points, but apparently, you can get enough stat points to max out every single stat except for one, which I'm assuming just means you use that and then you just have like not as much luck, because luck only really affects critical hits and I think chances of getting afflicted with a status effect. So, but you can use it to get really good like equipable items. Like there's some gloves I think that double drops from treasure chests. So there's a specific like repeatable, well, I mean everything is repeatable, but like there's a specific area in the game with a lot of treasure chests. So you can get those gloves and you can use them there. And then there's also an item for like every single like creation class, I think, or I think there's an item for most classes that makes it easier to increase the skill proficiencies. And I was looking into getting one of those because I need to increase my carpentry and I don't want to craft a lot of weapons or tools because I need to increase my tool carpentry. But because it's only at 8, which is like, I really wish it was higher, but it's not. So, but to do that, I need 1 more golden coin. And to get that 1 more golden coin, I need to, so I chose to do the woodcutter route because it seemed like it would be easy. Joke's on me. So what I needed to do is go to a specific spot, kill a guy, and then because he like the enemies won't let you get to the thing that you need to do. They'll interrupt you, and the big boss gathering points, they will heal over time, and so I'm sort of in a pickle because I need a better axe, but my tool crafting ability does not afford me to do that yet. So I think I need to like doubly work on it. So it's going to be a huge thing. Anyway, I ended up talking about fantasy life again the whole time, which is fine, but I feel like it would be better if I could not talk about the thing like 2 times a day, or well not like 2 times in a row for the episode. So, and so I just had to make this to hopefully finish up my thoughts on it. I'll probably bring it up again when I max out all of the classes. So, might be tonight, might not, I don't know. But I'm gonna go inside to my house since I've been home for a bit. Thank you all for listening to this episode of the Drive Home Podcast. I hope you enjoyed. And if you do the thing that everybody says, I mean, if you've listened this far in to this, you probably have already done it. I think. I don't know. You don't have to leave a comment, but, if you want to, please don't tell me what I've done wrong. I know I'm doing like 90% of the stuff wrong, and I'm working on it, but telling me stuff I already know isn't going to help. My voice sucks. I have a very weak voice. Like, it doesn't last that long. Like, I think I'm going to be unable to speak a lot tomorrow, which is going to suck. But, that, and I always say, and like, I say that too much, and then I stumble and I ramble on, and it's not great. I'm working on it. This is what helps with that. That, and I could pay for professional classes, except I don't have money, so I actually can't pay for that. So, fun stuff. And again, this will be it for the final time. Thank you all for listening to this episode. It's not the final episode, but, thank you all for listening. This will be the final time I say that. It's the next one, because I kept saying it. I'm sorry. Thank you all for listening to this episode of the Drive Home Podcast. I hope you enjoyed. And if you do, leave a like. Tell somebody about it. Or don't. I don't care. And I'll talk to you all in the next episode. Bye.